welcome to this YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, I try to give you the best content as possible about entrepreneurship. I try to answer all the questions that you guys have. There's so many questions that I try to answer even on my social media platforms. But here today, I'm here to talk to you guys about how to write a business plan. Not just any business plan, but a compelling business plan. The reason why I put the word compelling is because there are so many people out there who have business plans, but they just write them and put them on the shelf. So the one that I want to give you is the one that is very precise, not very long, but it's going to give you exactly what you need. So I know, right, guys, running a business is not easy. It is difficult. It's the most difficult journey that one could ever ask for. So with these videos, I try by all means to give you the best content, the best information. I do the research. As you guys know that I'm almost done with my book. I've invested so much time of my life in the entrepreneurship space. I've spent over 4 years in the space, like strictly researching about entrepreneurship, how I can assist young small businesses. So, I mean, I've been in the game trying to see why businesses are failing and how can I try to address all of these issues that they experience. So let's get right to it. Guys, the things that you need to know about the business before you even start to think about the document itself, you need to throw in some ideas as to how are you going to communicate with people? How are you going to take care of your finances? Which teamwork are you looking for? What kind of people are you looking for? Are you looking for critical thinkers, or are you looking for hardworking people? Are you looking for a team that could work together and address a certain goal? And how are you aiming to achieve that? In terms of leadership, you as an entrepreneur, as an owner of the business, what is it that you are going to do differently that is going to lead this business to success? You need to think about all those things, about finances. You personally, are you vested so much on the financial education? How much do you know about financial education, financial literacy? Do you know about it? If you do not know about it, what do you do to educate yourself about managing funds? Because you'll find that in your company you'll get a lot of money, but you won't be able to manage, that money. So you need to know how to do that. You need to look at the target market. You need to look at the marketing. What is it that you're looking for in the marketing in the initial stage? Are you looking for just to create an awareness about your business? Do you want to create leads? Do you want to, lead people to buy your product or service? So those are the things that you need to look at. There's so many things, obviously, that you need to look at. Um, what is it that makes you want to start this business in the first place before we even talk about this business plan? So you need to think about that. The idea, what is the problem that you're trying to solve? The problem should be the drive for you to start the business in the first place. If you start a business for other reasons other than the problem that you are trying to solve in the world, in your society, in the community, in an industry, then it's a problem. Starting a business is not easy. And if you don't have the passion for it, if you don't have love for it, you're doing it for money, for fame, then you're going to have a problem. So you must have a problem that you're trying to solve. And another thing that I want to highlight while I'm in this is the innovation part. There's so many business out there. You probably want to start a business that already exists. What is it that you are going to do differently than all these other businesses that are out there? Innovation, innovation, innovation. You need to think outside of the box. You need to find the niche. What is it that you're going to do differently? We're going to talk about that later. All right, guys. So here we are now. We are looking at the structure that you are going to use for your business plan. Um, there are different structures and there are different models. This one is called Growth Wheel. It guides you. It's a software by a certain company. It guides you on how to create a business plan. So if you follow all these steps that I'm going to share with you here, I'm going to try to be very brief, but make sure that I explain exactly how to go about, putting stuff in there. So these are just headings. The first thing, it's the business idea. You need to write it down. You need to be very clear on how you are going to run your business or what is it about and the niche that I talk about earlier on. You need to be very specific there. You need to define what is a business idea that you are trying to come up with or trying to solve, or the problem at least that you're trying to solve. So there you talk about the problem, how you're going to solve it, the strategies that you're going to put in place to solve that problem. And then we move on to the product portfolio. It's product slash service portfolio because some are offering services. So a product portfolio, that's where you define each product that you are selling. Let's say I'm selling a smartphone. The name of the smartphone is Kafalati. So I'm going to say Kafalati and then the description of the smartphone. The smartphone is doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What can it offer? The price, all the things that has to do with the product. If it has the expiry date, you put the expiry date. If there's something that you need to say to people before they buy the product, everything about the product, you define it. So here they give you an opportunity to look at each service or product that you are offering to say, this product, how are we going to sell it? What is it exactly that it's going to provide to people? So you look at each of the product, the name of it, and then the description, the price, the specifications as to how it's going to serve people or assist people. If it is a service, if it is a web development service, that is a service that I'm rendering to people. I'm going to create you a website. The description is creating website for people, maybe entrepreneurs who are dealing with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The price is this, maybe it's 5 rand. Uh, the specifications, you come with the information, You write everything about that specific service. Moving on to revenue model, you need to think about the model that you're going to use for the money that you are getting. How are you going to be charging people? Are you going to be charging in a pro rata basis, or you're going to, you know, cash on delivery, or how is it going to be like? So you look at all those models that you're going to have within the business. Where are you going to find the money for your business and all of that? You need to think about it. Customer portfolio. Who are your target market? Who are your ideal customers? You need to think about that. Describe them. If it's female who are in the age of 18 to 35, who are mostly in fashion, and maybe they like a certain colors or certain style within fashion, you need to be very, very specific. And in terms of location, where do you get the customer that you are saying you want? Maybe they're in Durban, or they're in Johannesburg, or they're in Cape Town, or Port Elizabeth, or Limpopo, wherever. You need to say exactly. Even if you can go as far as saying the city, to say they're in, Durban, that's the city. Um, yeah, man, you can go as little as even saying Durban CBD. Those are the people that you're targeting. Not everyone within the eThekwini municipality, but specifically in the city. So everyone who comes in the city, every woman at the age of 18 to 35 who's coming to Durban, the city, those are my target market. And then you look at the market positioning. That's where now you say, where is your business going to be located? Not physically, but the positioning of your business. Um, there you are looking at who are you serving? and how are you serving them? How are you different from the rest? So that is very important. That's why you also look at the business model. Is it a B2B? Is it a business to business? Is it a business to client or customer? So you look at all those models and the positioning in terms of um, how are you going to be different from the rest? That's the niche again. Now, moving on to the organization. Now that the business is starting or is already operating, now you're looking at the things that needs to be in place. Ownership and the board. Ownership, who are the uh, directors of the business or the owners of the business or people who have shares in the business? The legal matter, it is very important. Number two, the employees, your ideal employees. You need to describe all of them there. If you do have the business, if you do have the employees, if you don't, describe what kind of employees you're going to need. Partnership, what partners do you need? Or do you have partners? Describe them. And then business processes. How are you going to run your business, your day-to-day business? Do you have any model? Are you using an agile model? Are you using a scrum? Is there any business model that you are operating within? Even hours and the culture, the values of the business, all those things, they need to be in place. The legal issues, that's where you talk about the registration of the business, what kind of it is, a private, a corporate, um, uh, all those things. That's where you like tell us exactly what group does it fall under. There's so many groups. As I've said, it's private, it's sole perpetrator, it's private, it's close cooperation. Operations, you need to look at facilities. There you're looking at the equipment that you're going to need to start the business. The computers, the Wi-Fi, um, the chairs, the decoration, um, all the things that are very important for you to start. You don't have to think about the things that you can live without, especially in the beginning stage. Just start with what you need and then move on. The IT part, you need to think about the security of the business in terms of maybe you have a website, but now you need the website to be secured. It's very important. The emails to be secured. You know who's going to support you in terms of if you have a problem. You need to think about all of those things. Are you going to outsource an company that is going to assist you if you have technical issues, or you're going to have an internal? You need to think about the storage as well. Where are you going to store? Are you going to store in a cloud, or are you going to store um, in the physical external or internal memory? In terms of production and delivery, that's where you talk about how are you going to produce what you're saying, the process from A to Z until from when you're starting to develop the product until it's done, until it goes out to the client or to the shelves in the stores. So you need to think about it. In terms of funding, where are you going to get the funding? Are you funding your business, or you have other people who are going to fund your business? You have investors, or you have an organization that is going to fund you. That again goes back to legal issues and the ownership issue to say how those people are going to benefit from this business. So you need to think about that. Your finances, financials are very important. You need to have an income statement, you need to have a balance sheet, you need to have a transactional statement where you write the day-to-day transactions and all of that. They need to be in place. The paperwork needs to be in place. And then moving on to the last section, which is the customer relations, the branding. It is very important. The look of your logo, it is very important. You need to think about it. You need to really invest so much time, even money, on getting a graphic designer to help you with the business plan, to help you with the branding. It's very important. And then communication and PR. That one is very important. It's a given. How are you going to communicate with your clients and partners? On social media, in conferences, in your website, in a face-to-face manner, and all of that. And what is your signature? How are you going to present yourself when when you see the people, or when you are communicating or engaging with people? It is very important. Remember, guys, the image of the company is everything. If the image is bad, everything is bad. It's a given. Moving on, sales and services. You need to have a proper plan on how you are going to have sales for your business. Many people, that's where they have problems. If you don't know how to plan for sales, how are you going to get clients? Definitely you're going to have a problem. You need to have a plan there on how you are going to approach people. Are you going to use a phone to phone every person as like cold calls, or you're going to have like emails that you're sending to people and keep on making follow-ups? What strategy are you going to use in terms of selling? Are you going to have meetings with people and sell your idea, or are you going to go to their site and actually pitch your idea, or pitch your product, or tell them about your product or service, and then see what they have to say? So you need to think about the strategy. Whatever strategy that you come up with, it has to be a strategy that, one, saves you money, two, that saves you time, three, that is effective enough that it gets you clients at the end of the month. Because if you have a bad what you call plan, you're not gonna survive. If you don't have a good plan for sales, you're definitely going to survive. Remember, guys, a business is not a business without sales. So if you do not have sales, you do not have a business. It's clear, straightforward. In terms of marketing, marketing is one of the core things in the business. Where are you going to market? Are you going to print flyers? Are you going to have a billboard if you have money? Are you going to use social media platforms? Even social media platforms, are you going to rely on organic, or are you going to rely on um, paid ads? You need to think about all of that. You need to think about how you're going to structure your website to generate leads. You need to think about how you're going to use Google to use search engine optimization, PPC. You need to think about all those things. You need to think about campaigns. You need to think about quality videos, quality ads that you are actually shooting. You need to think about quality pictures and quality and well thought out content or text, not just any content, but quality content. And lastly, networking. You need to network with people. There is a guy that I want you guys to go and watch on YouTube. His name is Dr. Fraser. He's amazing. It's George Fraser. Please go watch him. He's an old chap. He knows his stuff about networking. You need to network. You need to go to conferences. You need to meet people on social media. DM them and say, hey guys, how can we work with you, and so forth. Be very professional though. But networking is key in business. Without networking, there's no business. Networking goes hand in hand with marketing and communications. Those things are key in your business. So a business does not exist without networking, marketing, and sales. So image is everything. So you need to think about the colors that you're going to have in your business. You need to think about the logo, the style of the logo. You need to think about the font size, the font color, um, everything. That is branding, and it's key. You need to think about printing t-shirts. You need to think about printing banners. You need to think about printing maybe flyers if need be. But just be versatile. You know your target market. You need to have all those things in place. Once you have all those things things in place, then you are sorted. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in this channel. Please do tell me, what did you like? What is it that you are struggling with in your business right now? And let's see how I can help you to address those issues that you are facing in your business. So thank you so much. Please follow this channel. It's Mrs. Simon Lovu. Please click that subscribe button and that bell so that every time when I have a video, you get notified. Please do send me an email, WhatsApp me, or find me in all social media platforms. I thank you so much. Bye.